Hello everybody and welcome back to Ms. Pac Man Maze Madness. We're gonna get the time trial in Pac Ping Harbor. This one didn't take nearly as long as Freezer Burn. So the second disadvantage on this list says there's no storyline to the Pac Man game. Modern gamers like to immerse themselves into a story, and that's why players often seek out first-person games where they become the character immersed in a whole new world. In Pac Man, there is no backstory or storyline for a player to immerse into. With Pac Man, what you see is what you get, and after a while that can become a bit boring. To me, not really. Not every single game needs a storyline, but of course, back in the day, in early video game history, you had to use your imagination. So if you really want, you could theoretically create your own Pac-Man storyline. Maybe Pac-Man was a real person at one point, but died and now has to fight his way through ghosts and purgatory. Who knows? You can come up with whatever you want. Plus, not only that, but you can actually take a game as simple as Pac-Man and turn it into a storyline, such as Pac-Man World and this game we're playing right now, Maze Madness. So it is possible. And I'm sure there's games out there that are similar to those ones, but those are the only ones that I've played that have a storyline. The next disadvantage says, playing Pac-Man supports a product where the creator wasn't paid accordingly. When the game was created in 1980, it was the brainchild of Toru Iwatani. He worked for a company called Namco. When the game became a hit, Toru received no additional bonus or reward for his contribution to the game. This could be seen as a negative thing to support. Well, whether he got paid or not, I never really read anything about him being angry or upset about not being paid for it, which is good because nowadays we live in a selfish, greedy world where people only care about what others can do for them. So finding someone who just wants to do something out of the kindness of their heart is very rare. So my guess is that he just wanted to do something nice for people, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I do think he definitely deserves some kind of reward for what he created. He definitely created a masterpiece, that's for sure. Okay, so let's head into Year of the Pac. I'm not gonna go after any more time trials at this point unless I have to. Plus, going through this level the first time, I had a hell of a time trying to figure out how to open the door to exit the end of that level, so I doubt I'd be able to get it on this one. So I'm just gonna get the Fru and the Pac star. Okay, so the next disadvantage says there's a lot of concentration required in exchange for minimal reward when playing Pac-Man. To be successful at Pac-Man, you really have to concentrate and focus on the game. You cannot look away from the game for a second. It could result in your demise. You can learn to concentrate by playing Pac-Man, but because the game doesn't offer immense reward in return, often players lose interest in putting in the effort in the first place. Most gamers want to have a challenge that results in a big reward, such as leveling up to something with a whole new concept and a new challenge to match. Well, every gamer is different in some way or another. I personally couldn't care either way, as long as the game is fun. So a game that might be fun to me might not be to someone else. Playing Pac Man can often lead to a lack of hobbies and other activities in your life. Let's face it, some people get bored with Pac Man, and some people love it so much that they become addicted. If you're the type that becomes addicted, you may find that you pass up the opportunity to participate in other hobbies and activities. More and more screen time, obsessively playing Pac Man can lead you to isolating and losing touch with other important activities in your life. That very statement can be said about any game, not just Pac Man. We all know that if you spend hours on end playing a game, next thing you know you hear birds chirping. I've been there so many times. That's why you need a balance. You know, as a kid who grew up with video games, I balanced school and video games and spending time with friends and family. And even now, I balance gaming with working. Because one thing I do know is that with people in your life you enjoy spending time with, video games are always going to be there for you, but people you love and care about aren't always going to be there forever. So it's best to have a balance.
Hey, well done!
So, to those of you watching, if you've played this game before, what is your favorite level? Feel free to tell me in the comments. Even if you've never played this game before, and you're just watching this LP just for the fun of it, you guys can answer too if you want. Okay, Mr. Dragon, I need you to help me out here. Come on. Seriously? Spyro can do a better job than you, sir. There we go. Okay, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. You didn't have to kill me. I'm sorry, I take that back. I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to insult you. I just want you to blow that up for me without killing me in the process. Thank you, kind dragon. So, about that thing I was reading up on, about playing too much Pac-Man being a bad thing, to the point where you start neglecting your other responsibilities, it also says, for instance, you might start skipping healthy meal prep, and you could even spend hours at work playing Pac-Man on your mobile phone. Unfortunately, some games are addictive to some people. If you get hooked on Pac-Man, that's not considered an advantage. Try to set responsible gaming times and stick to them so that you don't forget about participating in real life. And I will say, too much of a good thing will eventually become a bad thing. So, as I've stated, it is good to have a balance. Spending too much time playing Pac-Man can lead to too much screen time, which can affect eyesight. Every parent worries about the amount of time their child spends sitting in front of a computer, the TV, or staring at their phone. This is because their eyesight could be at risk. The more time you spend staring at a screen and playing Pac-Man, the more risk there is of your eyesight deteriorating. With a bit of research, you will find that screens emit a blue light that can reach the inner lining of the retina. This light can cause damage to the light-sensitive cells in the retina. The result of this can be macular degeneration and potentially early loss of eyesight. Now, I know that back in the day, a good majority of parents back in the day made their children play outside, but nowadays there's just so many predators and people who just want to do harm that it's like, now that you think about it, would you rather have your child sitting at home playing a video game or going outside and potentially getting kidnapped? Now, I'm not trying to scare anybody from going outside because there's nothing wrong with going out once in a while, but as long as you trust your instincts and are aware of your surroundings, you should be fine. But if you are in danger, pepper spray and a taser are your best friends. You should also try to get out of an uncomfortable situation as soon as you possibly can, and as soon as you have a bad feeling about someone or something, nope the hell out of there. So yes, as a kid, I also played outside too. I personally think that all parents should enroll their kids in some kind of defensive class. There's boxing, there's martial arts, jiu-jitsu, karate, basically any class that teaches you how to defend yourself in a dangerous situation. So here is the secret area. Ouch. Okay, you are stuck, sir. Let's get rid of that. There's the apple we couldn't get the first time. And the pretzel. Okay, so that's it for that area. Okay, Mr. Ghost, I need you to help me out here. Thank you, sir.
Well done.
One thing that I have to remember is that I cannot forget that Pac dot. It's very easy to miss. I'm just gonna reset that. Okay, let's get these bananas real fast, and there's the fruit star. Now I just need to get that Pac dot and be done with this level for good. That activates the exit, okay. Aw, seriously? Come on, I just want to get that Pac dot. That's all. I'm literally sacrificing my health for this. Finally, there we go. Now I just have to do this one more time, activate the exit door, and get out of here. And there we go. Fireworks to celebrate. Okay, that'll be the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!